Welcome to Carol's Journey. I'm very excited today because today's guest is going to be a certified personal trainer, Mr. Tracey Knott. Mr. Tracey Knott, welcome to Carol's Journey.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Yes. Today's topic, we're going to talk about healthcare. We're going to talk about health and fitness, and I need you to explain to the audience what prompted you to get involved in health and fitness.
Well, I was always in health and fitness. I will say I was always an athlete when I was younger. And my cousin, when I was about, I would say 17, he inspired me into getting healthy. We would just start off with push-ups, and I noticed how my body reacted to it. So of course, as a young adult, that made me build a lot of confidence. So as I got older, I ended up being a court officer where I am right now. And me dealing in the courts, I have to be healthy.
Oh, yes,
without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yes.
I have to have a presence. I have to look good in my uniform. And just in case if anything happens, I have to be healthy to run anywhere. I mean, you never know what could happen.
Well, have you ever run up against anything as terms of prisoners?
Oh, without a doubt. That's on a daily basis at work.
Oh, wow.
We get tested non-stop. I mean, it's almost like when you're in the streets, you run into people and then they size you up. It's a mind game a lot of times, but then at times where you have to react. We get calls on the radio where we have to run sometimes a quarter of a mile. You know, it could be because the courthouse is big, and if you're out of shape, you know what happens from there. There are a lot of times where we have to call EMS because some officers pass out, you know, they huff and puff because they haven't been taking care of themselves.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I understand you have a health fitness club somewhere.
Oh, yes, I do. In White Plains, New York.
White Plains, New York?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll tell you about that. What happened was, me being a court officer, like I said before, I have a lot of my co-workers, attorneys, just court staff, that, you know, I would have a gym inside and I would help them out. They would come to me and say, Tracey, you know, how can I work on my biceps? How can I reduce my body fat, which is the most common thing that people ask for? And I would help them and they would say, listen, you're so good at this, why don't you become certified personal trainer? So I listened to them and I ended up doing it, took the next step and ended up getting a job in New York Sports Club in Hartsdale. I found out how good it was, and I ended up doing something on my own, where I am right now. I have my own place. And I also run a boot camp every weekend in Van Cortlandt Park, 2 hours, 6:30 in the morning to 8:30.
Oh my God, 6:30 in the morning?
Oh yes, that's the best time to do cardio. I mean, you reduce the body fat, it's the best time early in the morning.
Do you have any tips in terms of what types of foods a person should be eating to stay fit in order to be able to, let's say, do some of those exercises?
Oh, well, it's funny what I'm about to say. Here's the thing. Yeah. Well, what you have to do, you have to have a high protein diet, low carbohydrate, and reduce the fat. Protein is very important. You need that for your muscles. Even if you don't work out that much, you need protein.
Right.
Carbohydrates is the tricky one. The best time to eat carbohydrates is early, the first thing in the morning. I load up on my carbohydrates in the morning for my breakfast. Breakfast has to be your biggest meal.
Okay.
After that, you go down. You're smaller and smaller and smaller. You have something green in each and every meal that you have. And going back to the carbohydrates, the last carbohydrate meal that you have shouldn't be after 3. Because what happens is if you have carbs later on in the day, when you're not really doing anything, let's say for example, the old thing of having steak and potatoes for dinner is really bad. Because you have that and within a few hours, not even sometimes for some people, a few hours, you're going to bed and you have all that in your system. Those carbs turns into fat and there you go. Oh.
Well, what's the age group that you work with? Is there any limit?
I work with everyone.
Oh, okay.
If you can walk and talk and have a beating heart, I'm working with you. Okay. It's just that simple.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
Yeah. You know, perhaps later on you could show us some of the exercises and how to do them without injuring yourself.
Right.
Okay, because I noticed on TV you have a lot of these exercise equipment. You got a lot of these companies. You got a lot of people who are demonstrating different exercise moves to try to eliminate the fat and to reduce your weight. And to my understanding, some of it is not very healthy.
got that right.
And I'd like to know, how can we sort out the good ones from the bad ones?
Well, here's the thing. It goes like this. As a business person,
Yes.
those people are really smart because they dipped into something that's really booming right now, which is health and fitness.
Right.
You could even go back years ago. I don't know if you guys remember the Thigh Master.
Yes,
Suzanne
yes,
Summers.
yes.
I mean, the infomercials, there's so many things that pop up with health and fitness. They invent things and all they do, people buy it and they become rich. But my thing is very basic. I go from way back in time. Cardio. This is what you do. You do a lot of cardio, meaning you run. That's how you burn fat. Weightlifting is secondary. You really have to work your most important muscle, which is your heart, and that's what I'm about.
We're going to go to a break, and then we're going to get back, and Mr. Tracey Knott is going to demonstrate or give us some tips on how we can exercise without harming ourselves. Thank you. Right now at a local restaurant, and I'm looking at all these delicious things on the menu. Now, we just had a conversation about carbohydrates and proteins. Now, what would you suggest that I choose on this menu? Now, it's close to dinner time, and I remember what you were telling me about your heaviest meal being breakfast. Now, what would you suggest for right now in terms of the food?
Yes. Well, the perfect dinner every evening is a salad with protein.
Right.
You could have, as you see on this menu here, you could add to any salad, you could add chicken, shrimp, or tuna. That's all protein there. So all you would get is, you can get the house salad and I would definitely say the chicken. You get the chicken with that, and that'll be the perfect dinner. You're hitting all the right areas as far as the protein, and you're getting your vegetables within the salad. You don't need any carbohydrates because your body will digest everything that you're eating right now easily, so nothing will really be sitting in your stomach while you're sleeping and turn to fat.
Okay.
So,
And then I'll
you
be
don't
able
want
to sleep.
that. That's right. You don't want that. You want to eat everything that can go down really easy.
Okay, so midnight snacks are out.
No. Well, no, I apologize. A good midnight snack is yogurt. Yogurt is really good.
Okay.
It's easily to digest. So.
Okay. No chocolate cake?
No.
Okay.
That's a no-no.
Okay then. All right then. So all we have to do right now is wait for the waitress to bring, or waiter or waitress to bring our order and everything.
Yes. I will say this though, with every meal, a good tip that you should take is you should have an 8-ounce glass of water before, during, and after each meal.
Why?
Number one, it fills you up and it cleans your system.
Okay.
You know, because what happens is a lot of times people don't drink enough water. And you ever had a meal sometimes where you're still hungry afterwards?
Yes.
If you do that, believe you me, not only will your body fat reduce, you will definitely lose weight.
Oh, okay.
This is fine. Thanks.
family and friends can provide the support you need to reduce your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Eat right and get active.
We're back in the studio today with Mr. Tracey Knott. Tracey Knott is a certified personal trainer, and he has his own health club, and the club is called Not Plain Fitness. And he's going to give us some demonstration and talk to us about the importance of exercise. Many times people try to do exercise in their home, and on occasion they wind up injuring themselves. He's going to show us the proper way of doing it and explain to us the different muscle groupings that are taking place, that are interplayed in terms of the exercise. And he also is going to help us with weight control. Okay, Mr. Tracey Knott.
Yes, what I'm about to show you is by far one of my most popular exercises. What I'm going to do the ab workout, which consists you hit the upper abs, the lower abs, and the obliques. A lot of times people come to me and they say, how do I get a six-pack? How do I get a six-pack? I was in that category at one time. I did my research. I was misguided, of course, but by me doing my research, I came up with the perfect program. Now, before I start this, I will say that a lot of times when I help people, as far as we're getting abs, they say, oh, I have lower back problems. The reason that most people have lower back problems is because they're overweight. Your lower back is carrying that extra weight that you have in front of you. You have to shed that. So as of right now, we're going to go right into my ab routine. First thing what we're going to do crunches. I'm going to show you the right way to do them. From there, we're going to go to leg raises. Then we'll do the bicycle. After that, we're going to do the scissors up and down, scissors side to side, and then we're going to do my last one, which I call pound the ground. So right now, I'm going to get down and show you. Now, the correct positioning that you're going to be doing is you have to have your feet shoulder width apart. You have your hands like this, and you're going to place them behind your head. The reason that you put your hands like this, it prevents you from pulling on your head. So I know some people have been to the gym, and they see people doing crunches like this. Waste of time. What you're doing is just working your neck. You're not working anything else. So again, going back to what I was saying, you have your fingers like this, place them behind your head. Arms are out. You have your arms out like airplane wings. So you come down here. The first movement that you do is raise your chin. After that, as you're bringing up your head, you're going to look for a target right in the ceiling and just go up with your chin, and then the thing you should do is blow all the oxygen out of your system. The reason that you do that, it's harder to contract the muscle then, and it forms better. So here we go. I'm just going to do 10 for you. That right there hits your upper abs.